Okay. Darylyn, do you see all these sticks I have here? I'd like you to build me a staircase with them. Do you know how to do that? Do you? Would you show me how you could build a staircase?
In this film, we examine the understanding and use of order relations. These relations are involved whenever objects, events, or experiences are sequenced. Some form of sequencing is involved in all reasoning.
We need to put all the long sticks at this end and the short sticks up here. Okay. Can you use all the sticks to do that? Can you put all the sticks in a staircase?
The work of Jean Piaget shows that children progress through a number of stages in their understanding and use of order relations. Order relations always concern issues of less than and greater than. In this film, they are revealed as children arrange objects in a series from shortest to longest.
What do you think about that? You're doing fine. Well, what did you find out there? What happened? You know, it might help. It might help if we took a ruler and if we pushed everything up against the ruler to see what happened. Okay?
Darylyn is nearly 5 and in the pre-conceptual stage. She considers the sticks as either long or short. By starting with and continuing to add long-looking sticks, Darylyn forms an approximate series. To construct a uniform series, each stick must be shorter or longer than one and only one of its neighbors. Children in this stage cannot yet coordinate these relations.
Now, can you pretend you were a little dolly and you wanted to walk right up steps and you started here and you walked way up there, but you go down again. Can you make it so that you go up every step? Could you move some of those so that you go up every step?
After being helped to build a uniform series, Darylyn is given 3 yellow sticks to be added. She thinks of the sticks as either short or long. If the stick appears long, it is put at the tall end of the series. Its exact position is not important.
Can you put this somewhere in the staircase so that you would keep... Oh, like that? What about this right here? You're going to put that like that? Well, I need you to put this one in the staircase too somewhere. Where would you put that? Now what will you do with the one that's in your hand?
Darylyn shows some appreciation for order relations, since she raises the sticks so that the first is shorter than the second. However, she disregards the length of the sticks.
Do you think if there's anywhere you could put those inside the staircase where they'd fit a little better? Yeah. Why don't you try and see?
When prompted to insert the 2 sticks inside the staircase, Darylyn places the shorter of the 2 lower in the series. When dealing with 2 sticks, she understands that the shorter one comes first.
Okay. Remember I said I wanted to start at the lowest step and go up every time? Do you have the shortest stick at this end? Is the shortest one at that end? What about that yellow one? Is that the shortest?
This?
Mm-hmm.
No.
No? What's the shortest stick?
This.
That's the shortest stick? What would you do with that one?
If the stick is not the shortest, it's a tall one and belongs with the other tall sticks.
What happens if you push your ruler up? Why don't you push your ruler up all the way? Leave it back where it was and push it up all the way. Just keep pushing. Can you push with me? What happened to that step?
If it's too short, it's a short stick. The fact that it is both too long and too short does not suggest to Darylyn that it belongs in the middle. Brock is 1 year older than Darylyn and in the intuitive stage. Like Darylyn, Brock realizes that if a stick is too short, it comes before the stick to which it's compared. However, he is different from Darylyn in that he can place it so that it is also longer than all the sticks that come before it.
Yes, that's looking good.
Brock removes the big ones and adds sticks only at the end of the developing staircase. Children in the intuitive stage can produce a uniform series by trial and error, as Brock does.
Good. It's coming along very nicely.
Each added stick is longer than all those already in the series. If it appears too long, he replaces it with a shorter one. Brock's selection is based on whether the staircase looks even. This approach does not require an understanding that each stick is, at the same time, both longer and shorter than its neighbors.
Did you finish it? Mm-hmm. What do you think? Did that look pretty good? It looks excellent to me. Now you see we made a little small step here, and that's what I want you to do. See, and that's all right, even though it's a little small step. Can you figure out where to put this one? It'll make a little small step somewhere else.
Brock's conception of order is more clearly revealed when he is given new sticks to add to the series. He looks for a stick that is close in size to the one to be added. When found, he exchanges the two, leaving the appearance of the series unaltered.
Okay. And where are we going to put this blue block?
The blue stick is too short at one end and too long at the other. Brock senses that it belongs somewhere in the middle. However, he fails to locate its proper position.
It's too long for there.
Returning to his original approach, he again finds a stick of similar length and exchanges the two.
See if you can find another place.
Finding this method unsatisfactory, his searching proceeds in a less systematic fashion. Though the stick is too tall, he continues to try it at the shorter end of the
It's
series.
too long there, too. Where do you think it might go?
I don't know. It's right here.
Down there, you think? It's pretty long down there.
During the intuitive stage, the concept of middle is tied to appearances. Middle is somewhere between two extremes. Children at this stage do not understand that for a stick to be in the middle, it must be both longer and shorter than its immediate neighbors.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. This one goes.
Bibi is 7 years old and also in the intuitive stage. She has been asked to find the right bat for each baseball player.
And this one goes to medium size. And this one goes to medium size too. This goes to baby. Now where is another baby? Big. Where's a big one?
This is a double seriation problem requiring the coordination of two series. Without being told, Bibi has a general understanding that taller dolls get larger bats. But she does not understand that the tallest bat must be given to the tallest doll, and so on down to the shortest bat for the shortest doll.
Be with the other baseball players.
Now.
Like Brock, Bibi thinks of the material only as big, medium-sized,
big
and
sticks.
small. Consequently, she pairs big, medium, and small dolls with similar-sized bats.
Medium size. I'll just put this one right here.
What's he gonna do though? He wants a stick that's the right one for him. Where's his?
Oh! He got too big.
She can correct part of the series by giving the longer bat to the taller of
Does
two
he
dolls.
have the right one now? He does? Does everybody have the right bat for them?
Yeah.
What about this guy? Do you think he could lift that bat?
I think he could. Yeah, because he got a strong head. Look at his head. This one got a little head.
Okay. What about this guy? Is that the right one for him?
Yeah, he's too big. This one goes on a little person, I see.
Oh, it does. Watch.
Somebody's got a big one. There.
Now, does everybody have the right size? How could you be sure?
Easy, I can tell.
How can you tell?
This one's big, this one's small, and this one's medium sized because this is larger.
Now, what you've just done is to put all the right bats with the right players, right?
Yeah.
Now let's move the bats out of the way a little bit and arrange all the players so the biggest one is here, and then the next biggest, and then the next biggest, all the way down to the smallest.
All right.
Alrighty?
Here's the biggest.
Okay.
Starting. Second. No, not that one. This one. This one. Then this one's starting. No.
Bibi can easily arrange the dolls in a uniform series. She uses the same trial and error method shown earlier by Brock.
You have an extra baseball player?
Wait a minute, wait a minute. He was supposed to go here.
Hey, very
There.
nice, baby. That's great. I'm going to give all the baseball players the same floor to stand on. I'm going to even them up a little bit. Okay, that looks good.
After arranging the dolls, Bibi gives them their bats. Her effort yields an approximate double series.
What do you think? Does everybody have the bat that belongs to him?
No, this one doesn't belong to him.
Bibi's corrections are in the right direction. Taller dolls for longer bats and so on, but they are only partial. The dolls and bats are not thought of as two series that can be aligned with each other.
Do you think he could lift that bat?
This little guy can lift this real easy.
Okay.
Bibi has been helped to correct the double series. The dolls are now spread out, and she is again asked to find the right bat for each
Okay,
doll.
what bat should this player have? What bat should this player have?
Bibi's conception of the two series does not imply an ordinal correspondence such that the fourth doll gets the fourth bat. Instead, she picks the bat that is closest to the doll in question. This shows that the concept of order in the intuitive stage is still tied to spatial positions. Ryan is 8 years of age and at the concrete operational stage of development. He approaches the task systematically, knowing that by placing the longest stick in his hand at the lower end of the series, he can construct an ordered relation of increasing and decreasing heights.
Very good. Marvelous. Now, what I have for you, I'm going to ask you to put in some of these blue sticks and put them in the right place. Okay? How about that one? Where would you put that? Okay, put it in the stair step.
And how?
Insert it in there somewhere. Is that in the right place?
Yeah.
Huh? Are you sure? Check and see.
I know a better way to check.
Ryan's conception of order relations leads him to note that the stick is both longer and shorter than its neighbors. He uses this information to determine its position.
Well, where would it go?
I don't know. That's what you have to figure out.
Okay, that one is bigger now.
Yeah. Which one's the biggest one?
The blue one.
The blue one's the
I
biggest?
mean the yellow one.
Okay, now.
And then the blue one is the tallest.
Okay, now so where can you put it?
In between both of those.
Okay, that's a good idea. Why don't you try that?
See?
So move your hand so the camera can see.
Uh-oh.
Did you get it right?
Nope.
While first making a mistake, he quickly corrects himself by again coordinating relations of less than and greater than. The concept of middle has now taken on a precise meaning.
Is it right now? Looks like you lined them all up. And how did you line them up?
From the biggest to the smallest.
From the biggest to the smallest. Okay, and why did you do
Tanya is almost 8 and also in the concrete operational stage. She knows that to find the right bat for each baseball player, she must establish 2 series and then relate one to the other. Having arranged the dolls, Tanya creates the double series by taking the longest of the remaining sticks and placing it on the tallest of the remaining dolls.
Okay, marvelous. Now, what if somebody said to you, what if a child said, this bat doesn't go with this baseball player, it goes with this baseball player? How would you show them that they were wrong?
This man is bigger than this man, and this bat is bigger than this bat.
Very good. That sounds like a marvelous proof. Okay, let's put the baseball bats up here where they can easily find them, but where they don't have to hold them right now. Okay? And now I'm going to ask you some other questions. Now I want you fellows to line up here. I want the biggest fellow over here, and like so on. You see what I'm doing? I'm switching them around.
Having formed a double series with an understanding of ordinal positions, Tanya can easily determine which bat belongs to which doll, even though the series are reversed.
This one.
That one there. And how did you figure out that?
I counted 4 here and 4 there.
You mess them all up to make it much more difficult for you. And I'm going to pick out a player. And I'm going to ask you to find his bat. Which player should I pick out? Let's see. How about this fellow here? Which bat should he get? Can you figure that out for me?
Tanya realizes that the problem requires reconstructing the series of dolls and bats.
Let me move it just like that. Okay, we need to find the baseball player for this bat here.
She mentally reconstructs the series of dolls without need of physically arranging them.
That one there, how did you know that? You lined up all the baseball bats. Why did you line up all the baseball bats? Okay, you tell me how you found out, because I don't know how you found out. Can you tell me how you
Because I
found out?
looked and I counted the ones that were smaller. 1, 2, 5. There are 5 that are smaller.
5 that are smaller than this one? And how do you know they're smaller? Could you just tell by looking? Which ones are the smaller ones? Show me.
This one, this one, this one, and this one.
And are you sure? Is there some way you could prove it to me? But some way you could arrange the dolls to prove it?
Like Ryan, Tanya shows a mental flexibility typical of the concrete operational stage. She reconstructs a portion of the 2 series to prove that she had chosen the right bat for the doll in question. Most 4- and 5-year-olds are in the preconceptual stage and consider the sticks as either long or short. By starting with and continuing to add long-looking sticks, Darylyn constructs an approximate series. However, like all children in the preconceptual stage, she does not compare sticks to all those remaining or all those already in the series. Because the sticks are considered as either long or short, children in this stage typically place new sticks only at the ends of the series. By disregarding the actual length, the sticks are arranged to give the visual impression of a series. Most 6- and 7-year-olds are in the intuitive stage and know that each successive stick must be longer. This and a concern for evenness results in a uniform series. However, the series is built by trial and error and not by an understanding that each added stick is both longer than all those before it and shorter than all those that will follow. Brock is beginning to struggle with the relation of middle. Middle lies somewhere between 2 extremes. He does not understand that a middle stick is both longer and shorter than its neighbors. The double seriation problem reveals more about the intuitive child's thinking. Medium-sized sticks are matched by trial and error with medium-sized dolls. Children in this stage do not grasp the necessity of constructing 2 series and matching one to the other. Spatial and ordinal position are not distinct in the intuitive child's thinking. BB confuses the 2 and picks the bat that is closest to the doll. Around 8 years of age, most children enter the concrete operational stage and can systematically coordinate relations of less than and greater than. Ryan understands that by taking the longest stick in his hand, it becomes the next shortest stick in the staircase. By this method, he constructs an ordered series. This method of seriating implies a systematic conception of order relations. This characteristic of concrete operational thought is further revealed in Ryan's understanding that if a stick is shorter than one and taller than another, it belongs between the 2. Children in the concrete operational stage approach the double seriation problem systematically. They think of the dolls and bats as 2 series and order them so that the first member of one series is matched with the first member of the other, and so on. Children in this stage can also perceive the ordinal correspondence between the 2 series, even when they are reversed. The 5th longest stick still goes with the 5th tallest doll. At this stage, ordinal and spatial positions are not confused with each other. Even when both series are destroyed, Tanya can maintain the ordinal correspondences between dolls and bats. To determine which bat goes with a randomly selected doll, she reconstructs the double series. We have examined 3 stages in children between 4 and 8 years of age. These stages are universal and passed in the same order by children from diverse cultures and backgrounds. Other stages occur through adolescence. Before reasoning like an adult, the child must pass through earlier ways of thinking. These earlier ways seem incorrect from the adult view, but are perfectly reasonable to the child and must be experienced if more adequate forms are to emerge. In this film, we have examined one area of development. Other films in this series cover additional topics on cognitive growth.